Girl, everything sold out on this Ivy Park.
I don't even care. She ain't even sold no plus size.
What?
Facts.
Hi everyone, I'm Angelina and this is Blueprint DIY, where we remake our clothes to be just unique as us. And you know we're used to doing for ourselves, no matter whether your legs are long, no matter whether you have a big chest, you're plus size, you're petite, we are used to doing for ourselves. And it's no secret that I love Adidas. Like, I've done a ton of Adidas upcycles on here and I'm always wearing Adidas. So when the Ivy Park collection came out, I was super excited, more than anything just because the designs are fresh. I love that Adidas is starting to mix it up in a lot of different ways, not just the Ivy Park but in some of their other designs. But then I heard that they didn't include plus size, and that's really too bad. But I got you guys. We are going to recreate the pants with the snaps down the front and that's open at the bottom. Those are going to be so easy, both for my size as well as plus size. And I have a model for you guys. She's going to model the plus size version. Her name is America, and I'm so grateful that she agreed. She's a friend of mine, and I'm grateful that she agreed to do this. So let's get into it. Okay, so I have two different methods. The first method only uses one pair of Adidas track pants. Mine have snaps down the side because I'm trying to get that same look as the Ivy Park ones, but you'll see in a moment that it would turn out much cleaner to use ones that just have a zipper at the bottom. All right, so if you're using just one pair, you'll need it to be about 3 sizes bigger than you. So I normally wear a medium in Adidas pants, so this will work for me if these are at least a double XL. Okay, so we are going to start off by cutting just down the middle front seam, not the back, the middle front seam, and also the leg seam. So I'm going to start off with the leg seams and then cut the middle front seam. But I'm going to cut as close to the seam as possible. I know that I have plenty of fabric, but you always want to preserve as much as possible. You never know what's going to happen. So as I started to fit the pants, I realized that unless I sewed the pockets closed and the snap flap down, it was going to gape open. So I went and sewed them down, but to avoid all this, when you're thrifting, just look for a regular wide leg pair of Adidas track pants with the zipper pockets and zippers at the ankle, and you'll be able to skip all of that. So I have the pants, we already cut, the back, the butt seam is still there. And we are going to have to add a little bit of fabric above because these pants were intended to be like for a 2X person, which means that normally the crotch is going to be a lot lower. And I don't want to make them too high waist because I want them to be long enough to, you know, actually open and have a heel on with them and all that good stuff. So we're going to have to fix that. So what I'm going to do, I have them on and I am just going to add a pin to each side where it fits me in my waist. Okay, so now I have those 2 pins in, and you also are going to want to mark where how far down, you know, if you have them at the waist where you want them, how far down your crotch is. You know, like especially if you have a pair of pants on, you can feel where the seam, the crotch seam is. Like my leggings, the seam is right there. So right where that crotch seam hits on your actual pants that you have on, you want to put a pin right there. This side I added a pin, and then that side I added the pin. Those are the two where the 2 fronts should come together, and then this is where the crotch seam is. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm trying to imitate this curve, and that's why I always say that taking apart clothes is the best way to know how to construct clothes and not have to use patterns or anything like that. Before we go to the next step, I am doing my best to get to 100,000 subscribers. So if you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe and turn on notifications so you don't miss any videos. And if you enjoy my videos, definitely share. That's how we get to 100K, to let everybody know that there's awesome stuff going on right here. Okay, so I'm laying the original curve, like one side of the curve over on top of the other side, but I'm putting it higher because my crotch part is actually going to be higher this time. And I'm just going to use a sliver of soap and mark it first, not cut it first. We want to mark first. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that, but I have a mark now here that's going from there. And this is where I put my crotch seam. I have some extra just in case. And then I am going to fold it so that they match up. Okay, so I'm gonna cut it like that and just a little bit down like that. In the back, I need to reduce the length of the crotch, so that means adding fabric back in. So I'll take those 2 little pieces that I just cut off from the front and lay them under the back crotch curve. Now you can see the line, what I'm trying to do. So this is what it does, but that will make them droopy in the booty and not fit right. So I need to add this to this curve in order to bring that crotch up. So I cut that little piece out following the soap lines and cut the crotch open just enough to add the new piece in. Then I laid it how I wanted it and pinned it in place. Then I took it to the sewing machine and sewed the new piece to each side and then sewed the new crotch seam in. So that actually turned out pretty good for my first time doing it, and don't worry, I'll do a whole other tutorial for shortening the crotch so that is really just much more clear. And honestly, if you guys get stuck and need help as you are doing your projects, please join my Facebook group. It's Blueprint DIY Renegade Upcycles. There is a link in the description box. Definitely go on there, put your issue, include a picture, and there's a ton of creative upcyclers on there that will help you. So you don't have to feel alone. You don't have to feel like you're a beginner, because everybody was a beginner at one point, and there's still a lot of people who are beginners. So there's just a wealth of knowledge out there. So definitely join that. Then you'll sew the 2 front crotch sides together, and once you make sure they fit, you can cut the excess or just open the seam and sew each side flat. So this is where I want them to hit on my waist, and let's see if the crotch, ooh, not bad. I probably will cut those pockets out so you don't get that. That's the old pocket, and since I sewed them closed, I can cut that out. Now I'm going to take them off right quick and add a safety pin right at the crotch. And then the Ivy Park ones, she has a zipper, a hidden zipper down the side. I didn't fool with the zipper because it's elastic waist. So, but if you got the badonkadonk, if you got a butt and your hip measurement is a lot different than your butt, you might want to go ahead and add that zipper so that you can get these over your hips, because the idea is to have a, to have them fitted. Then we're going to add pins down the legs so that they're as fitted as we want them to be. And if you have pants on, you can kind of follow where the seam is, the inside seam of the pants that you have on. All right, so that's kind of how they're looking. Ah, shoot! Yeah, the safety pin got me. And you can see this is all the extra fabric. So now what I'll probably do is just like put the pins on the inside, put it on the inside, do a seam, try them back on with just one leg and see how I like that. That way I don't have to, if it's wrong, I don't have to take apart 2 legs. Yo, look, I just gotta cut out those pockets, but I'm excited. And of course it's gonna look much better once I don't have another pair of pants underneath. So now all I gotta do is replicate on this side what I did on this side. And when I'm altering pants and I have to sew a leg seam, I always start with the crotch and sew down towards the hem, and then go back up to the crotch and then sew the other side down, because I really want that front and back to line up. And if the hem doesn't match, you can just correct the hem at the end. And this is what my finished crotch looks like after making it shorter. It turned out pretty good if I do say so myself. And the last thing I'll do after making sure they fit exactly how I want is to cut off the excess. This fabric doesn't ravel, but you can definitely serge it if you have a serger. All right, are you guys ready to do the plus size version? This one is actually easier. After doing the last one, I found a few easier tips, which I'm sure I have shared along the way. All right, for this pair, you're going to need 1 pair of Adidas pants with the zippers at the ankle and another pair of track pants that are the same material. They don't even have to be Adidas. They should just be pretty close to your size and the same length or longer than the Adidas pair. So basically, your second pair does not have to be a pair of Adidas. They can be whatever, because you're not using the stripes or the symbols or anything like that. So just find a regular old cheap pair of track pants that are a similar fabric. You could use a whatever color you want. I mean, it's your design, whatever you want to do. For the Adidas pair, you're gonna cut it pretty much like the first pair we did, except you're also gonna cut the back crotch seam apart. Once they're cut, you'll be able to lay them flat like this. Okay, so this is the main pair, and if you've never seen a pattern for pants, this is what a pattern for any pair of pants would look like. Basic pair of pants. This is the bum curve. It's always longer than the front curve because, you know, most people's bums are bigger. And this pair does have a zipper down on this end. And what I'm going to do, since we're trying to move the stripes towards the front, then what I want to do is take some of this off on the front and add a new back that's going to make it fit. So in order to move the stripes to the front, we're going to mark about 4.5 inches all along the edge. Then I'll connect my marks to mimic the original line. Whew, I'm working up my nerve to cut these. I'm working up my nerve. I'm working up my nerve. Oh, make sure you leave seam allowance. Go ahead and cut it. You'll be all right. And don't forget the second side if you didn't cut it at the same time. Now for that second pair of track pants, you're going to cut the back center part off the amount that you need to make them fit your waist and hips. So if the first pair were your size, then you'll cut a little bit more than 4.5 inches to match what we just cut off. But if the first pair were too small, then you need to cut what you need to make them fit your waist and hip measurements. So this is the back piece folded in half, and I'm going to lay it on top of the first pair. Once I have it in the right place, I'll mark where the new piece should be sewn to the original Adidas pair. I could just cut it and then sew it, but if my measurements are off, especially too small, then I won't be able to add that back in. So once it's marked, I'll just take it to the sewing machine and sew the new backside to the original pair. Okay, so here is what this looks like. I basically added a whole back piece in. If this were for me, I would go ahead and open this, cut off the excess, open the seam up, and top stitch it on both sides. But I'm not going to do that because just in case it doesn't exactly fit, I want to be able to take the seam apart and sew it back up. So what I'm going to do next, since basically we have everything we need as far as the pants, I can go ahead and sew that front seam together. So now you'll try them on and do what I did for mine and add the pins down the leg to make them fit how you want. I can't try these on, so I'm going to make an educated guess and go ahead and sew the leg seams closed, and we'll see what happens. But before you do that, make sure your hem is straight. My back pair were longer, so I'll turn it under a hem and then sew the leg seams closed. And this is how they turned out. Let's see if they fit my beautiful model, America. And here she is. I'm so excited that they fit. And she was definitely a willing participant because she was one of the first ones to buy the Ivy Park by Adidas sneakers. Now let's talk about this blueprint signature by Adidas blazer. Don't worry, I'm not holding out on y'all. I'll actually be doing 2 videos this week. So if you don't want to miss it, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. And if you guys are curious as to the behind the scenes of everything that's going on, especially with my brand Blueprint Signature, as well as just previews of videos that are coming up, just good things that are happening that I can't share to the public yet, definitely consider hitting that join button and becoming a member of Team Renegade, my members only group. And here's how mine turned out. I'm really loving the fit and the ability to show off my quirky socks and fabulous boots. And y'all, I love this coat. I am so in love with it. And of course, it'll be included in the extra video for this week. So you're welcome. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you haven't subscribed, definitely subscribe so you don't miss a thing. And check out the videos over here. I know you're gonna love them. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!